In the heart of the city, nestled among towering buildings, there was an apartment where a young woman named Emma lived. She enjoyed the independence of living alone, relishing in the solitude after a long day of work. Little did she know that this tranquility would soon be shattered by an unseen force that lurked in the shadows. It all began innocently enough. On her way home from work, Emma started to notice a man following her. At first, she dismissed it as mere coincidence, convincing herself that the crowded streets were responsible for the shared path. However, as days turned into weeks, the unsettling feeling grew stronger. The stranger seemed to appear consistently, always keeping a discreet distance. One chilly evening, as Emma quickened her pace, she caught a glimpse of the mysterious figure in a dimly lit alley. Panic set in, but she resisted the urge to confront him. Instead, she rushed home, double-checking her locks as if fortifying her sanctuary. The incidents became a haunting routine. Emma's every step was shadowed by the enigmatic stalker, a silent presence that left her nerves on edge. She began taking different routes, hoping to shake off the relentless pursuer, but he was always there, an ominous silhouette trailing behind. One fateful day, Emma returned home to an eerie silence. The apartment that once felt like a haven now seemed to hold a sinister secret. She noticed subtle signs of intrusion: a displaced chair, a slightly ajar window. Fear seized her as she realized the intruder had breached the sanctity of her living space. Terrified, Emma called the police, her voice trembling as she recounted the weeks of relentless pursuit. The authorities investigated her home, finding evidence of the intruder's presence. Disturbingly, it was discovered that he had been watching her for an extended period, meticulously learning her routine. As the investigation unfolded, the true horror of Emma's ordeal came to light. The stalker had a detailed knowledge of her life, when she left for work, the routes she took, and even the places she frequented. He had become a silent spectator, observing from the shadows. The police intensified their efforts to apprehend the stalker, setting up surveillance and patrols around Emma's apartment. The city, once a bustling backdrop to her life, now felt like a claustrophobic maze filled with unseen dangers. Emma's nerves were frayed as she struggled to maintain a semblance of normalcy. Days turned into nights, and the cityscape became a canvas for Emma's growing paranoia. Every stranger on the street was a potential threat, and the safety of her own home felt like a fragile illusion. The police, equally disturbed by the stalker's calculated actions, worked tirelessly to unmask the person responsible for Emma's torment. Finally, a breakthrough came when a surveillance camera captured a suspicious figure near Emma's apartment. The police acted swiftly, apprehending the stalker as he skulked in the shadows. As the handcuffs clicked into place, the chilling truth emerged. The man had been fixated on Emma, driven by an obsession that transcended reason. During the interrogation, the stalker revealed the depths of his obsession. He spoke of an imaginary connection, a twisted belief that he and Emma were destined to be together. His delusions painted a disturbing portrait of a mind unhinged, fueled by an unhealthy infatuation that had spiraled into madness. Emma, though relieved by the stalker's capture, found it difficult to shake off the trauma that had embedded itself in her daily life. The once comforting routine of her solitary existence had been shattered, replaced by a lingering fear that refused to dissipate. In the aftermath, the city echoed with whispers of the harrowing ordeal that had befallen Emma. Her story served as a cautionary tale, a stark reminder that even the most mundane routines could become a breeding ground for the horrors that lurk in the shadows. The city, with its towering buildings and bustling streets, held secrets that could unravel the sense of security one took for granted. As Emma sought therapy to mend the fractures in her sense of safety, the city continued to pulse with life. Yet, for those who knew her story, every alley, every stranger, and every moment of solitude carried a chilling weight. The true horror was not just in the stalker's actions, but in the realization that the thin veil of normalcy could be torn apart, exposing the vulnerability that lurked beneath.